Starting live. Okay, we're live.
Hey everybody, Ghosthunter Dan, and we're here at the historic Tinker Swiss Cottage with Sam, who is
the executive director.
Are you actually the director now, or are you still interim?
So I'm interim director until March, and then fingers crossed in March it's no longer interim.
Nice.
Awesome.
I hope you get it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So Sam's going to take us to some of the hot spots here in Tinker. Tessa's behind the camera. Larry and Andrew are going to be setting stuff up. So we'll let Sam take it away.
Well, I'm not having you follow me on my backside, so I'm gonna let her.
All right,
Okay.
I'll go.
Away.
I'll go.
Well, and that's cool because you can kind of
Yeah.
direct her and she can see
Yep,
the
we
cottage.
can go
as
right
well.
up the stairs here. We're gonna go up to the
All
library.
All right. Knowing my luck, I'm going to.
Oh, the Abraham Lincoln bust is awesome.
Thank you. We got a fun tie to Lincoln.
Oh, that's right, you guys do. Steve's watching and Terry and oh god, awesome. Hi guys.
Sorry, I'm a little slow. I
Hey, Steve.
me right now.
This way, right? Yeah, we'll go this way. Steve says hi, Dan.
Hi, Steve.
Okay. My favorite part of the library is this.
Oh, wow. Now that is cool. The
Don't touch.
No. The old wooden spiral stair.
Yep, Robert Tinker actually built that himself. It took him
Oh my god.
2 years to do it, where he steamed a single piece of walnut so it would work just right.
So
like
he
I said,
steamed this and bent this. As
Yep.
Oh, wow.
2 years, 24/7, 2 years nonstop.
Wow. Now, can you get up?
Yep. So if you go up to the master bedroom,
So
you
you
will
can
be
get
able to
up
look
there.
out over there.
But you can't walk out on it.
No,
Okay.
it is roped off because
Awesome.
the railings aren't high enough for our safety code.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I can see that they're not that high.
Yeah, it looks a lot higher,
Yeah.
but it doesn't actually start until just below that garland.
Okay.
I love the paintings in this house.
And those are all hand painted
Yes.
on there.
Yeah.
So are any of those the Tinker coat of arms?
So what happened was Jessie was Robert's second wife, and her
Okay.
nephew came in and designed his own version of the Tinker and Door coat of
Oh,
arms.
wow. So those are all his paintings?
her
Or
nephew,
his designs?
yes, her
Oh,
nephews.
cool.
But Robert has a lot of work in here himself. He did all the wood burning on the back of the pocket door,
Right.
along
Oh,
with
sweet.
underneath the
Yeah.
balcony. He did the 7 ancient wonders of the world.
Oh, wow.
Over on the desk, we have wood burning that he did, showing the combination of the Tinker Manny monograms there.
How neat.
This is hands down my favorite room of the house.
I fell in love with this.
I
when
gotta be
walked
honest,
in here.
guys. I don't even have to investigate. I could just spend all day in here shooting pictures of every little thing that's cool
Yeah.
in here. So, the
I was
investigating
mostly
is-
admiring the paintings.
Yeah.
Like throughout, like especially in here on the ceiling, it's just amazing.
yeah, so in the dining room,
Yeah, look at it. It's really cool.
actually, Robert's first wife, Mary, was married once before to a guy named John Manny.
Okay.
And as a wedding present, she was given this plate set here. And it was part of a 250-piece dish set she received. We still have about 170, 180 pieces left in the butler's pantry. But on those 250 pieces, there were 250 hand-painted unique bouquets of flowers, and everyone had her favorite pink heirloom rose in it. So no surprise, became her favorite set. She loved this dish set so much, she actually had them paint the color scheme of the plate set up onto the ceiling, along with a replica of her favorite tablecloth.
That is neat.
All hand painted, and it's just
And now
Amazing.
Sam, all this stuff is hand painted
All
onto
this
the
is
wall.
hand-painted onto the plaster, yes.
Wow.
So it's not actually wood in this room, it's just plaster,
Plaster.
painted that way.
Yeah, you can see where the plaster. Because over time, of course, it gives and cracks. Wow.
right.
That is awesome.
And I was standing right here, and I was looking at this plate, and then in that window, like, is where I saw the
So that's a
maid.
window through.
Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
it's passed through to the serving
Yeah.
Because
kitchen.
at first
Yeah.
I'm like, why is my reflection not showing?
Yeah.
So this dishes set is the rest of that.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. And then in that little door is when I saw the window is when I saw the maid, and it was going towards the sink in the kitchen. I was like looking at this, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And all of a sudden, like in the corner of my eye, I'm like, oh, I'm seeing someone.
Awesome.
So yeah. This is really pretty.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tessa, move on.
Yep, we're going. All right. So This is where we're gonna do like interview type thing, or what are we gonna do?
Sure.
All right.
So now I have watched Tinker's Shadow done by Mike Queen. You were in that.
Yes.
So I did get to see some of the history stuff, but some of our live viewers probably don't know that. So what year was the cottage built?
Robert built the cottage between 1865 to 1870 in 2 different phases, and then the third and final phase was built in 1882, and it was the conservatory he added on.
Okay. So now there's one of my questions for you is, I've always heard that there is Indian burial mounds close to the cottage or on the cottage grounds.
Yes, we do have a Native American conical mound. It was archaeologically tested. It dates to approximately 1100 AD or CE, depending on which school of thought you go with. But it is right over by our barn on the property.
Okay, and there are actual Native Americans
it's
buried
been
there.
archaeologically tested that it is a Native American burial mound.
Now, before I leave tonight, can I go over there with my UV camera, shoot some video, and a couple pictures?
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's cool, guys, and especially with Larry and I being Black Hawk war buffs like we are, any kind of a Native American tie, especially to this place being so historical, thumbs up for me, of course. So
Yeah.
all right. What other thing? Okay, you personally, since you've been part of the team here at Tinker Swiss Cottage, and I know you've probably experienced a lot. Give me your top 3.
My top 3 would be probably my 3 sightings of the family members.
Okay.
So the very first time I'd seen anybody was kind of a hazing phase for my first month and a half here, where I think they were kind of going, let's see how far we can push her until she leaves. And then I didn't leave, and they're like, well, okay, she's still here. And they kind of died down a little bit, but I was given a tour to a group of 2nd graders, and we're upstairs in Mary's bedroom. The kids were sitting in her dressing room, so there's a wall that's cut off most of the room, so they couldn't see much. But through her doorway, I've got a lazy eye, so I see a lot further in my peripheral than most people do. So in the doorway, I saw her lean in, look at me, and lean back out. And I was like, well, I got 2nd graders here. I don't really know what to do about that. So I was like, we'll just pretend it didn't happen. So then that was in May of my first year here. In October of that year, I was telling the story in a room, and a lady had asked me, well, did you actually see her, or was it just her outline? And I said, well, I thought it was her. Maybe it wasn't. It was so fast. It was like 5 seconds. It's hard to say. And then a gentleman who had his hearing aid turned all the way up, was standing nearby, said he heard a woman's voice say, oh, you could see me. I was like, all right, well, that answers that question.
You got your own answer right there.
Yeah.
Second time I saw Mary was just the back half of her. I had a school group, Boy Scout group. Actually, we were on an architectural tour, and we were in the red room. And the way the upstairs bedrooms work is it's the red room over here, the master bedroom here, and then there's side bedrooms here. So we were in the red room. I was turning, looking straight down towards the master bedroom, ready to tell the boys, okay, we're going to head that way. And as I'm turning around to look that way, I see the back half of Mary walk around the corner into the master bedroom. And I'm like, all right, you boys can go that way. I'll follow behind you. And then the one and only time I'd seen Robert was in the parlor here on a regular, everyday history tour. And I had turned around because we moved from the parlor into the library on our tours. And as I turned around, I looked up, and leaning over the balcony, he had his hands down, just kind of looking over at me there. And I was like, all right, so you guys can go into the library. If I send you first, that's why.
Oh, boy.
So.
Like I said, I watched Tinker's Shadow, which was very well done. So great job, Mike.
Mike did a phenomenal job on it.
Yes, he really did justice to the location. You guys all, you, Kathy, Sarah, everybody who was in the movie, it was great. It was absolutely awesome. So if you want to go to Amazon, quick plug for Mike here. If you want to go to Amazon, it's called Tinker's Shadow. It's not that expensive. It's $10. Buy it. It's worth your time if you're interested in Tinker Swiss Cottage.
If you're not interested in buying it, you can actually watch it for free as well, as long as you watch it with the ads.
Yeah. So, now this is my first time at Tinker ever, guys. I've been on the grounds, but I've never been in the cottage. So this is my first time ever. So there's a lot of history here. Sam has told you about just 3 of her experiences, and I know there's many more. We'll see what we can get tonight. Now, what I'm going to try to do is when we turn lights off and stuff, this is where we want to try to live stream the 360 cam for you guys and just leave it run. So I'll have to find a place where I can set the phone, even if it's on the floor, and we'll put the 360 cam here so you guys can see up here, watch the balcony, watch the staircase for us, the parlor, and into the dining room, plus the library. The only bad thing about our 360 cam is the phone's got to be very close to it. But I can set it right on the floor.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fine.
it's no big deal. So, guys, it seems like we're being able to live stream fine. As long as the stream goes, you guys will be with us the whole night. You'll be right here. We're not going to cater to the camera like we do in live streams like this. We're going to just basically place it, and you'll see us when you see us, or you'll see Mr. or Mrs. Tinker or some of the kids. I don't know. So, first time you, first time me. So we'll see what happens. I know there was another question I wanted to ask you, Sam, and it because when I start talking, I forget stuff. So we'll let Sam show us the rest of the cottage, and we're gonna get underway.
Yep.
All right, so we did see the dining room, we saw the library. Through this way is the parlor.
And now we're facing the river.
So sort of, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
this is facing the Rock River. We are on Cattle Creek, which flows directly behind the cottage.
Right.
And is a tributary to the Rock River. So these windows typically are shut, but because it's our Christmas season, we do have wreaths set up, so they will be somewhat open tonight. But
So we will get some ambient light through there.
Yes.
So that'd be cool.
Now this tree I'd like to point out because it is filled with all original Tinker ornaments.
Oh,
One
wow.
thing that makes us so special is that 98% of our collection you see in here is from this Tinker family. So they have all of their Victorian ornaments.
Oh my god, I'm so afraid to go near it.
Yeah,
So
we're just
there's-
gonna keep our distance as much as we can from
because
everything.
as I'm
Yep,
walking,
nope,
it's like
that's fine.
So I'm just gonna. Oh, there's a crab.
That
Yep,
is so-
there's a crab,
I like the
there's
canoe.
a fish. The canoe's Steve's favorite, the crab is Alex's. My favorite's the little possum hanging upside down there.
Oh yeah, that
there
is
it
cool.
is. Oh wow, that's so
That
cool.
is neat.
Oh, that's cool.
we-
Now, is the tree also original?
The
to
tree
house?
is not, but the tree is
Okay.
a feather tree, which is similar to what a lot of Victorians
what they
did
would have
have.
had.
What they
Yes.
had, yeah.
So those are actually.
They would have been made of goose feathers.
Oh wow. So that would have been the substitute for the.
Yes. So now the
Yeah.
Victorians did do regular evergreen trees as well. Most of them would just cut the tip of the tree off and then put it on a table.
Right.
So it'd just be a small little thing. But the Germans came up with feather trees because this way it was a lot less likely you'd catch your tree on fire because they had the little candles that would sit on the branches. But it was also nice because you could display your ornaments and you could easily see them. On the Steinway piano, we also have original Tinker Christmas cards that the Tinker family received.
What? See, I didn't know this was a piano.
Yep. So it is
Oh.
closed towards the end of the year
Oh,
for
okay.
the funeral and for Christmas time, but then during the rest of the year it's opened up.
Ah, okay.
This is so cool.
Wait, so then these are all the Christmas cards that they actually received?
Yes, just a small handful of them.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like I said, Sam, I could investigate another time and spend 3 hours just taking pictures of everything.
It's very easy to get lost in here.
Yeah, there's so many artifacts.
Upstairs is really cool.
And
All
what's
the
so
stuff they have
cool
up
is
there.
it's to one family.
Yes.
I mean, even the
That's
Elwood
one of
house
the
down
things
in
that makes
DeKalb.
us so unique is
Right.
that 98% of our collection's from this Tinker family.
And see, I didn't know that. I just knew, oh, Tinker's built this, and it used to be their house. But then, I came in here and you're doing the tour.
Even the Elwood house in DeKalb,
Yeah.
which has a lot of Elwood
Yeah, it's a
artifacts,
beautiful
but
house,
not
but-
yeah,
not to this extent.
and I thought, oh, yeah, there's going to be some cool artifacts, but I didn't know it was going to be, that much.
Yeah,
90, in the
Very
90s,
cool.
almost 100%
Yeah,
everything them.
Very few
That-
museums.
Because
can
when
say
you
Right.
said that, I was like, wait, what? And I
Yeah.
was like, hang on.
that. It's
It
basically
was really
like they
cool.
just got up and left everything.
Yeah, that's kind of like what you said. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
Well, and I like
Donate and everything.
I like the ornate little stained glass window, stuff in there.
Hi, sorry to interrupt.
Oh my
For
god.
our static cams, is there outlet access or do we have to run off batteries?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Our static cams, do we have access to any outlets?
Yep,
or-
there's outlets throughout the room, so you can just use them where you see them. I
Okay.
think we've got, you can see there's one.
Oh, yeah.
here.
Okay, cool.
There's a couple in the
Want to double
hallway.
check first?
Yeah,
just in
that's
case.
totally fine.
Okay, great.
If you plug in too many, we may flip a breaker and it's okay, we'll just run it
Larry,
again.
I'm gonna do the 360 cam right in the center of the room on that high, and the phone's gonna be on the floor.
Yeah, I actually kind of like that.
The phone's gonna be on the floor right under it.
Yeah.
Because we really can't set the phone on anything in there. I'm not setting the phone on something that's an artifact.
Yeah.
Well, the table
Very
here's
much
got plastic
appreciated.
on it. But,
And I'm
It's
still
still
gonna-
original.
I'm still
I
gonna throw it
wouldn't.
on the floor. So
Just to be on the safer side, hon.
yeah, that phone's probably a lot less expensive than anything here.
what's the
So.
battery on it?
I don't know.
99. I mean, if you had an extension cord, there's a outlet right there. We could We could put the 360 cam and the phone both in there.
I have that battery. I can give it to you. That'll work, right?
We can put it. Yeah, I've got both USBs. We can put them both in there.
Yeah.
Let us finish our tour, and we'll.
Yep.
I'll start putting stuff up here.
So then if you go through this doorway, you'll see
Tesla.
the main front hallway where the guests would come in through the front door there.
I saw this was like really like huge. And it's like what?
So Mr. and Mrs. Tinker would greet their guests right here.
And this has like a little thing on it, like a
Little
face.
insignia right there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's cool.
So the parlor, library, dining room would be the public spaces. The informal, private family spaces would be the sitting room and the serving kitchen, and then the bedrooms
And we can
upstairs.
go in here.
Yeah.
Larry? Larry,
Is this a picture of?
This is Robert's self.
are you guys upstairs?
Yes, he drew this himself using pencil.
Oh, he drew it. Jeez, I thought.
You got, hey, Andrew, were you guys just upstairs?
By himself.
No, no, Larry just went downstairs.
Okay, because I just saw someone. Alright.
Too was he laid all the parquet floors.
I just saw a shadow in the red room.
Did you catch it?
No, it was in the corner of my eye as I was walking back in here to have
Right.
her tell me.
Sam's got something she was going to add.
Yeah,
now.
so anyway,
Her
here
and
you
I
go.
were talking about the
Yeah.
picture here.
Yeah, that's why I was coming in here, but I was like, hang on, I want to make sure Larry wasn't upstairs.
So this is Robert's self-portrait that he did using just a simple pencil. He was a self-taught artist.
That is cool.
Yep.
Phenomenal one at that.
And
That
that's
is so
when I first talked to him, like when he first showed himself when we were over
Mm-hmm.
in the barn, like that was the mustache. Is
Yeah,
what
it's his famous
it's
mustache.
Got the
that's
lighter look.
Yeah,
yeah,
you can
that's
actually see
literally-
a photograph of him later on in life here.
oh, okay.
And then a
So this is
photograph
him?
of, yep,
Yep,
so this
he's
is
still
him
got
later
the-
in life.
Yep.
And then his first wife, Mary, she's around like 28, 29 in this photograph here. She's in her mourning garb after her first husband had passed.
Okay.
Don't you have that?
We do,
here?
and we set it up for the month of October.
Yeah, because the last time it was set up over here by like right where this
So I got
tree
it
was.
here in October,
Yes.
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
They come throughout the year because we change out our exhibits.
Yeah.
And so the red and yellow room are constantly changing.
Hey, Larry, I just saw a shadow up in the red room. I
She
thought it
already
was
has
you.
activity, so
I thought it was you because I saw black, and I'm like, you're wearing
First
black.
lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
maybe
gonna say,
you
be
can set up
careful.
another-
That's where one of them's gonna go.
We're on our way to world's most haunted museums.
That's awesome. And what you guys need to know now, if you're the people that are live right now, and I know it's just about 7 o'clock, you may want to share this with your friends so that they can watch tonight because most of you guys who are big Ghost fans, Ghost Hunters Taps was here.
Yep.
So Jay and Grant walked these very floors. So there you go. Sam just said they're one of the most haunted museums there are. Probably one of the most famous haunted museums. I mean, Tinker Swiss Cottage is actually known worldwide. So you may want to share it, guys. Okay, so upstairs.
Yep.
Yep. So if you want to go through this doorway,
We'll go this way.
Yep. This one's a little bit of a wider
Yeah.
doorway, and I'm going to open one on the other one.
All right. And then right up
Straight
there
the
is
stairs to the red room.
Yep, and this is where I just saw the shadow. So.
Larry, I'm doing live stream business.
Yep.
Already up here. I just wanted you to have to do it again.
And this is where you wanted to be. This
So
is
now
where.
you all know that I love creepy dolls. Look at that.
Yeah, I stayed away. I stayed clear from this the last time I was here because
This is awesome.
I don't like dolls at all.
So I will say, I'm gonna throw it. Sorry guys, but I'm
No,
gonna
you're
throw a
fine.
shout out to Dean Thompson from Ghost Head Soup. who-
Dean!
Yes.
Awesome.
So I don't know if
Hey,
you guys
Dean.
know Dean.
Oh, yeah.
We met him, yeah.
Yep.
Dean was up here with us, and he jokingly was saying, "Hey guys, if you could move a toy to the middle of the room, that'd be great." This exhibit has been up for almost 3 months now. Never had any issues with anything moving. The week after he was done, this doll moved about 5 times, kept
Awesome.
sliding down.
This one right here?
This one.
Oh,
with the,
Lord.
With the teeth. Yeah.
Well, maybe she'll move
That
for us
is-
tonight.
Oh, please don't.
Well,
I don't
no. We don't want it moving.
No.
Oh, yeah, because you don't
I-
want it to be damaged.
We don't want it to be damaged. And
That too.
I cannot tell you how long it took myself and our
'Cause-
curator to figure out a good base to have
Because
her
that is
sit.
probably a porcelain head, correct?
Yes.
So if it actually moves and slides, it could actually
Mm-hmm.
crack and break.
That, and she ended up knocking into one of her neighbors here
Oh,
too
no.
one time. So fortunately there was no damage done to it. But we don't want any of our toys moving
Right,
tonight.
right. No,
But I'm
we
gonna just
will
throw it out to
definitely.
Dean that we finally figured out a way to make her stop moving.
There you go, Dean.
There you go.
So he's off the
Awfully creaky up here, guys.
Yes.
So if we do anything in this room, we have to remain completely
Now,
still.
Sam, you have to tell the story about the painting, the
Yeah,
hand
so
painting right here. It's
this-
so cool.
Okay.
Most people don't expect to see, cheetah print when you come into a Victorian household, but this was the original color scheme that Robert Tinker chose, and he actually painted the border in here. Now the room has been repainted, but we got down to the base coat, found the original color scheme, and it turns out what had happened was when Robert and Mary took their 10-week honeymoon to Hawaii, they were given this reticulated coconut shell
Which
here.
is right here.
Oh, cool.
And so Robert, being the genius he was, brought the coconut shell back here, put a candle inside of it, and the shadow that was cast
You
from
see,
this candle
yep.
is what he painted. And we
Yep.
did
That
leave
is
some of
so
his work.
Right? Isn't that
Awesome.
cool? So yeah, you see the print like that.
So he put it right
in there.
in the middle of the
And
room,
there it
right
is
in the room.
on the
Pretty much,
coconut.
he probably held it a few inches away
Right.
from the border.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he did leave some of his
So
work
that's the
exposed.
original.
So that's the original.
And then you
Oh,
guys
okay.
fix
I
it.
was
Yeah.
wondering why that was like
Yeah,
that.
because we
Okay.
did repaint it.
I had a good idea
so
that that's
that-
probably why you did that.
So that's the original
So
right
that's
there.
what we call
Okay.
a conservator's window.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Also, if you're around here, this will shake.
So we got to be
You're
very
moving.
careful.
So
Yeah. I'd be-
just
Not
Be
a lot
aware.
of hopping. Okay.
yeah.
Now this room has a lot of activity. This is the
It does.
red room, right?
Yes, our red room is a fairly active room. We know that Mary's father Josephus passed away in this room.
Oh, okay.
It's also possible 1 or 2 of the other relatives may have passed away in here. But this room, Robert specifically had a double set of windows placed in. This was the original living room, turned guest bedroom once the second phase was added on. And originally they just had the upper dormer windows. But then when Josephus was towards the end of his life, he was mostly bedridden. So Robert brought his father-in-law over here to the cottage, placed his bed where the radiator sits today, cut out part of the roof and installed these lower windows so his father-in-law could have a view into the gardens, a fresh breeze, as peaceful into his life as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now what's behind that little door, Sam? Is that like a closet?
So it is kind of a funky little door right here, and that's because it wasn't actually added until 1908.
Okay.
That's when Jessie, Robert's second wife, adopted their son Ted, and she turned her dressing room into his nursery. So Robert put a door on the back side of his nursery so the maids and the nanny could come in through their bedroom to take care of
And
him.
have easy access to them. Okay.
So like in there is the.
Is where the nursery is. Now the nursery is closed off because we're under construction. We're getting ready to finish
you
the
probably
wallpaper
can't even see.
How
project.
does it even?
But you can see from the hallway there is a little window there in the hallway. And
Oh.
that's- He put in as well to let some light from the skylight in to his bedroom.
Oh, okay.
But we do have his nursery set up in the yellow room because we're doing a Victorian childhood exhibit. So you can see these are his toys. You can see images of Teddy and his hand cast there.
Oh. That's a funky dog. Oh man. Oh, that's his hand cast?
Yeah, so you know how we do handprints today?
Yeah.
They did a plaster cast.
plaster cast them, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is cool.
And then
These are all images of him from when he was little. Now Teddy did grow up to be a full grown adult, had a business up in Wisconsin, was married, had a couple of daughters.
Okay. Yeah, in this room.
And we can walk in.
Yes.
And then this was all in his nursery, right?
This was all in his nursery originally, yes.
Okay.
It is moved in here. Like I said, we have the Victorian childhood exhibit up. Plus his nursery is being used as storage for Mary's bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because Mary's bedroom's under construction right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And this is just a little closet.
Yep. So this was originally the master bedroom when it was the first phase of construction. Second phase of construction, it was added on, so we moved his bedroom down the hall. This became the maid's room, and anywhere between 1 to 3 girls would share this room.
Oh my God.
This room is so tiny. This used to be the master?
Yes.
It's so little.
But it was still his bachelor pad, it was the master.
Ah, okay.
And then these cabinets and stuff are
It's all
original to
built
the
in.
house. Wow.
You work out in, huh?
Yeah. I have everything set up for the 360 set up.
Okay.
You're not gonna get it all the way up though, unless you have a long cable for the 360. Mine's pretty short.
That's fine. All I have is the cables in my bag.
If it's
It's about like that.
3 feet, yeah, then it's probably about the same. So it'll go up to about here-ish.
That's fine.
So
The
it'll work.
360 will still stay above, so.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Absolutely.
As long as I can get power to that and the 360, we can let it
Yeah, they're both down there, both cables.
Alright, so now where?
Watch your step because there is a step down
Okay.
and there are 3 more steps up, and then you can go check out Mary's bedroom, Jesse's bedroom, and the master bedroom.
Yep. All right. So
I just don't want to touch the railings or
this,
anything.
yeah. So this is the room. I was in here and I was kind of feeling it around, and I think she said that this was Mary's bedroom. I can't remember which one.
So
this
let's
was
take a
again.
look here.
Here's
We have 5 live viewers. So who do we have? We have
Hey,
Paula Sue. Hi, Paula. Hi, Gina. Hi, Terry. Russ, Sandy. Hi, guys. Brandon Ellis. Hey, Brandon. Steve Wren. Sandy Conkey.
Yep.
So, thanks for hanging with us, guys. And
Yep.
we're going to actually cut this feed when we're done, and then we'll start it over fresh when we
Yep.
start the investigation.
Yep.
Now, these are hat boxes.
Yep. Isn't it just so cool that
That looks like a cigar box.
like this is just like
Something.
all original stuff that was
Yeah.
in this house from when they built it. I just find it amazing.
This is really cool stuff.
And I believe that this is the master bedroom right here.
This is the master bedroom?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, like I said, I thought so much when my case to
And, oh, yeah.
Oh, this is what she was talking about.
Now, here's the balcony, guys.
You can see how little
You
it
can
is.
see,
Like here, I'll bend down. Like it's tiny.
yeah, it's not even, it's barely past my knees.
Yeah. But
So,
look at this. It's just gorgeous.
yeah. Looks like he's got some artifacts and shells. It looks like a big conch shell over in there. The picture of Mark Twain.
There's a stairwell down.
There's the stairwell down. Very small area right there.
It's just insane. Like, and you can see the wear and tear on the floor.
So let me see that for a
Here,
minute.
Yep.
So here, guys, I'm just going to hold this. There's the floor. That's where the 360 is going to be. So just kind of wanted to show you guys. I should have had the gimbal, but I think this is working out really well. So
I think it's working out great.
yeah, we've still got, you guys still hearing us okay? You seeing us okay?
Yeah.
Sandy and Russ, this place is amazing.
Sandy, you guys.
Sandy, you would
guys
love it.
Yeah.
So,
Robert, he's a Robert Tinker. He's a very nice guy. When I speak to him, I see him, and
well, I mean, you can see that he loved the house, and he
Oh,
probably
yeah.
loved for people to see the house, and you know, it probably brought him a lot of enjoyment to share the house just as much as.
well, and Sam said that they were party people. They liked gatherings.
So they like to have
They
people
liked-
around, yeah.
They liked to have that. Yeah.
So that's really cool.
But this was the master bedroom, right?
Yes, that's the master bedroom.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So we
And then whose room is that one again?
so this one's Jesse's.
That's right. That's Jesse's.
And then this one's Mary's. Mary's is under construction right
Yeah.
now. We're redoing the wallpaper. We found the original wallpaper that belonged in her room.
Oh, wow.
And we had it reprinted, and so now we're just getting ready to stabilize the cracks in the plaster before we reapply it.
So we don't really want to be in here tonight.
You're welcome to be in here. There's not much in here. I mean, I get a lot of strong feelings in this
Okay.
room. We've I can tell you, Mary's not a big fan of cameras in there.
Okay.
But
She probably likes her privacy. She's
yeah,
a lady.
not that I blame her, you know.
She's a lady.
And then this just hooks up with,
She's a lady.
That's her dressing room, but it was large enough that it doubled as the sewing room.
okay.
So it's just
Okay.
two rooms that are getting redone right
You
now.
know, I didn't know that was like a room in there.
Yep,
like,
that
I
goes
just
into
thought-
Jesse's dressing room. Jesse had the dressing room, and then when she adopted Teddy, she turned it into his nursery.
See, now,
So I don't know
thought
if you
that
guys
was-
will be able to see in there or
No,
not.
I just thought that was just a window to go.
Which you're basically just seeing my
Outside,
reflection in there, but
Yeah.
that's into the nursery, guys.
Is it?
And then, of course, there's one of the skylights
Yep.
that Sam was talking about.
Tessa, back up a little bit.
Hang on, I'll get out of her way.
No, I just need to see if I can see all the way down there.
And then this is Jesse's room. Which Tessa and I were in here. And you can see where the cracks in the plaster and stuff because it is an old house.
Really?
So this is really cool, guys. I mean, like I said, just for the historic aspect of this, is what's cool for me.
Yeah.
So
I'm feeling them, so they're here.
now what's really cool, guys, is Sam is going to actually investigate with us, and she's done this before. She's very good at it. So it's like we have an extra investigator with us tonight. And with a museum like this, I'm sorry for the shaking, guys. I wouldn't let people just come in here and walk around either. She's the executive director, so she's got to make sure everything, when Scott lets us investigate the Vets Hall and stays there with us and stuff, there's a lot of things in the Vets Hall as well that are artifacts, but we can't get as close as we are now. And so it's very important that, you be very respectful of everything here because this is irreplaceable stuff. And if any of it gets broke, that's on Sam, and she has to tell her board of directors, oh yeah, it got broke when a bunch of paranormal investigators were in here. And that's probably not going to fly real well. So we're going to be very respectful. We're going to be very careful, and we're going to do our best. So next live feed you see here tonight on the Ghosthunter Dan Norvell project will be on the 360 cam. We'll get that going probably in the next 15 minutes, and we're just going to let it go. So it's Ghosthunter Dan. Sam, Andrew, Larry, Tessa are with me tonight, and we're at the historic Tinker Swiss Cottage. So we'll see you guys when I restore the live feed. Thanks.